welcome back to my channel. This is Cleaner Eats with Lisa, and I'm so glad you found your way back. So today I am going to put on my little Epicure hat a little bit because I have a product that is just amazing from a plant-based point of view. But even if you're not plant-based, it's still an amazing product, and it is our Better Than Mayo mix. It's a dry mix. There's a scoop in there. The ingredients are linseed flour, organic cane sugar, sea salt, and carrot fiber. That's it. This is an amazing product. Being autoimmune and having my food sensitivities, I cannot do mayonnaise like from Hellmann's. I can't eat eggs. The oil that's in Hellmann's, just fair warning, the first ingredient is soybean oil. Soybean oil is genetically modified. It is a cheap oil that causes inflammation. Okay, if you have pain in your joints, pain in your elbows, your fingers, if you're swollen, you're eating too much omega-6 and probably cheap oil, and anything that's deep fried or that is hydrogenated, and so you're going to have issues. So this class here today, this is kind of my little class about oil, okay? Because you really want to be mindful of the oils you're eating and how much. If you struggle with inflammation and weight and feeling good, those kind of things, if you have an autoimmune disorder, the whole 9 yards, okay? So what you want to do is have a 2-to-1 ratio of omega-6 to omega-1s. I mean, omega-6 to omega-3s. And really, Americans have 1 to 24. Like, they have 24 omega-6 to 1 omega-3. That's inflammatory. That's blowing our inflammation system up. So, if you've been wondering why you have inflammation, or if you have to take anti-inflammatory like Advil and things like that every day just to get moving, you might want to take a look at how much omega-6 am I getting in, okay? So there is a great thing on the web called Chronometer, and you can track it all. Just put in what you eat, and it will tell you how much omega-6 to omega-3s you're getting. And as Americans, we just tend to see, we have a lot more omega-6 at our exposure. The omega-3s come from flax and chia seed, plant-based, and or cold-pressed flax oil. So you can get omega-3s in, but you really should get more omega, or at least, I try equal amounts, but if you're fighting inflammation or you're fighting autoimmune, the more omega-3s you have, the omega-3s are what help to repair our cells and fight off the inflammation. So, okay, now our Better Than Mayo is not better than mayo because of the fat content. I just want to, just full disclosure, okay? Our Better Than Mayo is better than mayo because of the ingredients, okay? And there's two big factors in my opinion. One is we get to choose the oil that we are putting in here, even if we want to eat the full kit and caboodle, 10 grams of fat per tablespoon. We get to choose. It's not going to be soybean oil, cottonseed oil, canola oil, palm oil. None of those are good oils. They're absolutely horrid oils. Like, even if it was just because they were omega-6, but it's not. It's because of the way they're processed and the chemicals they use to extract it, and that it's genetically modified, and that it's just awful stuff for us. So that's one of the big reasons that our Better Than Mayo is better than mayo, okay? So you can choose the flax oil to get in more omega-3s, okay? You can choose an organic olive oil, absolutely. Omega-6 though, again, kind of watch yourself if you're feeling swollen or your joints hurt, you probably had too much. Or you can choose avocado oil. Organic, cold pressed. Look at the ingredient list. Make sure it says one ingredient, avocado oil. It shouldn't have preservatives and yucky stuff and chemicals and natural flavor in there or anything like that. So, and the other thing is this is not plant-based. So this has eggs. I cannot do eggs. So that's like not an option for me. This is an option for me because it is eggless. There's no eggs in here. It is dairy-free. You get to choose your oil, okay? And then the next thing I want to say about our Better Than Mayo is that I have even another hack, another great recipe that I like to make with it that's even a little bit easier than trying to emulsify 3/4 of a cup of oil into the powder. You need a stick, you know, one of those. I don't have one. So I decided to make it with a vegan sour cream that I used to make, and it is using hemp seeds. Okay, now let me tell you guys, I know people say hemp seeds are expensive, but I have to say compared to what? Like, this gives you fiber, this gives you good fat, this gives you minerals and vitamins. It is a plant. It is so nourishing for the body. So it's a whole food too. So it is excellent. And another cost-saving tip is if you get this at Costco, this 2-pound bag is about $11. There's a lot in here. I'm just telling you. Now, when I make my Better Than Mayo, I use 1/2 cup of the hemp seed, okay? I use 2 tablespoons of the flax oil because I try and get in more omega-3s because of my autoimmune. Now, I am using our 4-in-1 spice spoon. Epicure has a 4-in-1 spice spoon. And you know what's great about this? Dishes. You don't have that many dishes because it's 1 tablespoon here, a teaspoon here, 1/2 teaspoon, and 1/4 teaspoon. 4-in-1. I use it all the time. I must have 4 or 5 of them in my shelf, in my cabinet. So I'm going to put in 2 tablespoons. That's all. That's all I'm going to put in here. 2 tablespoons of the oil. And it's, again, a good oil. It's omega-3 oil. Get those omega-3s in. I challenge you to go on Chronometer and just see how much omega-3s are you getting in, because I bet you're not. Because if the only place we can, well, you can get them from fish and things like that, but you know what's interesting that I learned about that? Of course, I am whole food plant-based. I am a vegan. But salmon does not have, I mean, they have omega-3s, but they don't come with omega-3s. The reason they have omega-3s is because they eat the algae in the ocean, and that gives them the omega-3s. So you're kind of using them as a transporter. And then, but then again, you got to be careful about your salmon because it's a farm raised. Are they pushing antibiotics in there? Are they giving it crappy feed? I mean, who knows what's in there? So chia seed and flaxseed is the safest way to get your omega-3s. I'm just saying. Okay, now I'm going to go in here, and there's a scoop that you get with this. And then I have a littler scoop, but I'm going to show you the bigger scoop here. So here's the bigger scoop, like this. That's for a whole batch. Like a whole batch makes like a lot because you use 3/4 cup of, you know. This whole bag makes 10 cups of mayonnaise. So I use it very sparingly. I don't need the whole cup of the whole measurement spoon, so I have a smaller one, and it's probably a teaspoon. Actually, let's check right here, right now. I think I checked it before once, but so yeah, it's a little bit more than a teaspoon. It's kind of a heaping teaspoon. I don't know where I got that, but that's, so I put that in there. Now, you're going to add a little bit of water, probably 1/4 cup of water. You may need more, so just keep it handy. All right, I'm going to go ahead and start with 1/4 cup of water. I find sometimes you need a little bit more, maybe 1/2 cup. Actually, I think I'm going to add another 1/4 cup, so start with that. All right, get it in there. And then you can season this up any way you want to, or leave it plain, and then as you pull from it, you can season it up any way you want to. I do have a homemade ranch dressing seasoning blend that I use. Let me grab it. Because I can't use Epicure's ranch dressing because I'm plant-based, I'm vegan, and that has the, you know, the whey protein in there. So let me just put some of my, I'll put it all in there. Didn't have too much left. So I'm going to do that. And I just take like a recipe from online, add, you know, garlic powder, onion powder. Oh, I do use our lemon dilly in there, and I use our our garlic for the hummus. I really like it. Okay, so now I'm just going to blend this in my bullet right over here. Let me turn you over so I can have you see me. It doesn't take long, like literally 3 seconds. Okay, a little longer than 3 seconds. Now, the great thing is if it is too thin or too thick. Too thick, you want to add a little more water. If it's too thin, add a little bit more of this, because that's a little bit goes a long way in thickening up your stuff. And then here we go. So now this will thicken on its own, but you guys can see, and it will thicken. So let me get a scraper here. So it will become the consistency of more of mayo. Now I'll probably use it more like a salad dressing because I like it on my veggies too. So I don't really use it all the time as thick as a mayo. But that's what I'm talking about. You see how it sticks to the thing? You know, that's what our better than mayo is all about. And of course you can season it up with any Epicure seasoning. You can use the ranch, you can use the Greek, all the things, or lemon dilly by itself, the souvlaki, that would be good in there too. So it doesn't make a whole lot because it doesn't last in the fridge for too long. So don't make too much that it goes to waste, okay? Again, there's no preservatives in here. It just is good food right here, and it's fresh food, and so you got to eat it accordingly. All right, so I hope this helped you guys. I hope you guys learned something, and you know, please make a comment down below that if it was helpful, if you have any questions. Also, subscribe to the channel, because I'm going to be coming at you with all kinds of these fun, good tips all the time. I'm just getting started, you guys. I'm having way too much fun. But also, oh yeah, if you want anything from Epicure, like the better than mayo, you can order it right from my link, and it's in the description below. I'll also put the recipe for my hemp seed mayo in the description, and let me know how you like it. All right, guys? All right, I'll talk to you later. Have a good one. Bye.